Welcome to My Decadent Life. My name is Jennifer. Thank you so much for joining me today in this quick little video about how I like to apply my concealer. Of course, there are many ways to do it, but these are two ways that I frequently use that work well for me. So just my perspective. If you were interested in seeing how I like to do it, then please keep watching. All right, let's put on a little concealer. There are several ways you can apply your favorite concealer. Today we are going to work with a very kind of typical doe foot applicator liquid concealer. There are, of course, cream concealers, potted concealers, lots of different types of concealers. But I just feel like this is something I see most often, so I wanted to touch on that today. And there will be always time for those other kinds of concealer applications in upcoming videos. Some ways you might like to apply your concealer is with a beauty sponge, a damp beauty sponge. I love this one from Ecotools, but I think it's technically discontinued. However, I'm still going to use it because it is available on Amazon. But of course, you could always use a sponge like this. And I do like this one because it gets really nice and close with this little angle underneath. But I love because I can get right here and just press right up and into that socket of my eyeball area. Another way you can is with a little brush like this. This one is truly called the Flawless Concealer Brush from e.l.f. It gets nice in the corner. I find it to blend really well and it's super affordable. Or you can always use something like this. This is the Ecotools Wonder Cover Complexion Brush. They might even have a smaller version of this to get a little bit closer, but this also works. Of course, you can use your fingers. So many people use their fingers. I don't love using my fingers. I'm not sure why. I have good luck. I put my concealer on my eyelid to prep my eyes or my eye primer. I don't know why I don't like using my concealer. I just like using a brush. So that's me. That's how I like to do it, and that is what this video is about. How I like to do it, and just, you know, if you might enjoy the way I do it, I want to share that information with you. So a lot of times I have two different colors of concealer. Right now I have the 14 neutral medium. I like to use this on my complexion, and then I have the 18 warm light. I like to use this one under my eyes to brighten a little bit. Not everybody likes to brighten under their eyes, but I feel like I like just a little bit of brightening. I definitely don't do any crazy big triangles underneath there. I find that if I put a few dots, that's all I need. And I do like to brighten a little bit over here. And I have mentioned in the past, I have these little red bumps that I get when I'm pregnant. So I'm going to apply. I like to put just like a little dab kind of in the center and just right along there. I don't make it super complicated. I have a blemish over here, so I might actually take that out and put a little dab right there as well. And sometimes I like to let my concealer sit for just a second before I blend it out. So we'll just go ahead and do a little dab through there as well. So a lot of times will, like, I don't like to make it super complicated, so I just kind of start going in and moving that product around and just blending and patting. Now I feel like I might want a tiny bit more, so I'm happy to go back in and I might just put a couple more dots just right kind of there where I feel like I didn't have enough product, because I want, yeah, I really kind of want to give it almost like this crisp kind of look. And you can absolutely conceal after your eyeshadow. I just wanted to start working this way today instead of the other way. So that is how that application looks. And then I might take whatever is left and just sort of press down just a little bit more through this part. And it just gives it a little bit more of a gradient, so you're not feeling like a start and a stop. So we're going to use this brush over here, and this is pretty foolproof too. I just kind of swirl. The only thing with the brush is I feel like sometimes I get too far with the product. So just making sure to remember not to like take it anywhere I don't want it to go. And where the sponge will absorb a little bit more, the brush will spread. The one thing that I don't get then with the brush is like that little bit of that crisper kind of edge, and I kind of like that even when I'm doing like underneath a shadow. Like I can't quite get that. It's more of a diffused look instead of a crisper look. So that would be a reason why you might choose to do it one way or another. So that is that application right there. Going in with that darker color, I want to conceal. Well, I don't have much for blemishes. Let's conceal right here and a little right there. Right there. I have a little bit of melasma. I feel like most up here the melasma gets covered. And if you really want, if you feel like you're red around your nasal folds, you can go ahead and do that as well. So a lot of times I'll take like a clean edge and just sort of dab that product out. And this people definitely will use their finger for if they're doing like an actual blemish, because they don't want to pick too much of the product up. They really want to keep it nice and they really want to keep it like nice and condensed. So you could use your finger and just sort of pat it in. I find that it's harder for me to blend it out with my finger. So that's maybe one of the reasons why I don't love using my finger. And then with the brush, I'm just gonna kind of stipple that product right in there. And sometimes if you want like a little more coverage over your nose, some people really like to take and highlight, you know, the whole center of their face with their concealer. I do that sometimes, but it isn't something that I necessarily feel like I have to do all the time. All right, so that is a very basic overview of how I like to apply my concealer. Nice, short, and sweet. Hope that this was helpful for you in any way. Again, we all have different skin types, preferences, and ways that we like to apply things, and this is just some of the ways that I like to do it. So all right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you learned a little something today, and if you didn't, that's okay too. Maybe you already knew exactly how you like to do your concealer, but if not, please let me know down in the comments. Do you ever struggle with under eye concealer? I know that I've been trying a new one out and it is just not working for me. So I have some of my tried and true favorites for sure. The formula can definitely make a difference, but I do think the application can as well. So thank you so much. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, consider subscribing. I'd love to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.